Let's kick things off with a pretty tough paradox. A leader's success, the very thing that got them where they are, can actually become the single biggest risk to their own business. That feeling of burnout, that exhaustion, it's not just a personal problem. It's a signal that there's a fundamental flaw in the business system itself. And we're going to break down exactly why that is. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The core issue isn't that you're working too hard. The problem is that your most precious, non-renewable capital, your time and your focus, is being poured into the wrong places. You might be grinding away, spending 80% of your energy on tasks that are only generating 20% of your firm's real value. That's just not a winning formula for the long term. All right, so before we can even think about a solution, we've got to properly diagnose the problem. And let's be clear, this isn't about time management hacks or just trying to work harder. A leader's exhaustion is a critical symptom of a much deeper systemic failure. It's like a hidden tax on the entire platform. And we've got a name for this. We call it the fragility tax. Think of it as this invisible cost your business pays every single day. It's paid in missed opportunities, in stunted growth, all because the leader is stuck in the weeds, trapped doing low-value, manual work that a well-designed system should be handling automatically. This really brings us to a huge fork in the road, a crucial distinction in identity. Are you operating as a hero broker, or are you building an advisory platform? The hero is the engine, the star player. They build a fan club, and yeah, it's a high-paying job, but it's a job you can never, ever leave. The platform architect, on the other hand, is focused on building something durable, something they can run without them, a truly sellable asset. The entire goal is to evolve from being the engine to being the architect. Okay, so we've diagnosed the issue. We see the trap of the hero broker. Now let's get into the framework for actually solving it. And this isn't just some abstract theory. It's a very specific, practical filter you can apply to every single action your team takes. At the heart of this framework is a pretty jarring reality. Your most valuable resource, the leader, is being massively misallocated. The person with the most leverage is often focused on the smallest things. Just recognizing this huge imbalance is the critical first step to redirecting that powerful energy toward the work that truly drives growth and value. So the big goal here is to shift out of what we call manual labor mode and into systemic execution mode. And how do we do that? By ruthlessly identifying and then protecting the leader's highest value work. We're talking about things like strategic pitches, high-stakes negotiations, key client strategy, and maybe most importantly, creating the time and space to actually build the firm's future. This isn't a nice-to-have, it's absolutely essential. Look, a framework is great, but it's useless if you can't put it into action. So let's move from the model to the protocol. This is the how. It's a clear three-step process designed for the entire team to execute together. Here's exactly how the platform starts reclaiming its capacity. Step 1, audit. Make a brutally honest list of every recurring task the leader performs. Step 2, value. Run every single task through a simple filter to see what it's truly worth. And step 3, purge. You systematically move all of that low-value work to a do-not-do list. Now, the goal here isn't for the leader to work less, it's for the entire platform to produce more. So, how do you value these tasks? Well, think of it like a heat map for your time. We call it the $1,000 per hour filter. Your hot tasks, that's your highest leverage point. The cold tasks, those are active financial and operational leaks in your business. Anything that falls into that bottom row, data entries, scheduling, routine admin, needs to be pulled off the leader's calendar immediately. This brings us to the actual do-not-do list. But let me be super clear. The magic isn't in the first column, the list of tasks to purge. The real power, the non-negotiable part, is in that second column. For every single task you remove from the leader's plate, a new system or a specific team owner must be assigned. This is how you stop the backslide. This is how you build a durable, resilient platform. Okay, we've gone through the diagnosis, the framework, and the protocol. But honestly, none of that means a thing without proof. So now we get to the most critical part, the evidence. How do you actually know this lesson has been mastered? Not in theory, not on a spreadsheet, but in your team's real observable behavior. I really want to hammer this home. Creating a do-not-do list is not the goal. It's just a tool, a piece of paper. The only metric that truly matters is execution. The only proof of mastery is seeing a real, sustained change in how your platform operates day to day. And that brings us to the validation period. How long does it take to prove the change is real? 14 consecutive days. This isn't an arbitrary number. It's the minimum time required to demonstrate that the new system is actually working and that old, deeply ingrained habits have truly been broken. And here it is. This is the test. We call it the performance gate, and it's a dead simple pass-fail assessment. To pass the gate, you need documented, undeniable proof right there on the calendar that at least 2 of those low-value technician tasks have been completely removed from the leader's responsibility for 2 straight weeks. It's binary. You either did it or you didn't, no exceptions. You know, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. The system is only truly working when it no longer depends on the leader for that low-value manual work. The ultimate proof of a scalable platform is the leader's noticeable absence from the day-to-day grind. That, right there, is the win. So let's wrap this up with a question I want you to really think about. Forget about your intentions, forget the documents you've made. Just look at the hard data. Pull up your team's calendar. Is it an asset, strategically focused on high-value work that's building the future, or is it a liability, a perfect record of the slow, expensive burn of your most valuable resource?